I'm baffled by this White House, and it seems as though they want to try to believe a lie, that everything's okay when it's not okay. This is something that the White House doesn't understand. This is a religious aspect to this, that they just don't accept, and they refuse, even to this day, will not accept it and don't believe it. We have to understand who we're dealing with, and you have to deal with it accordingly. And the president is ignoring the fact that these are Islamic extremists, these are terrorists, and ISIS is a terrorist organization, and they are bent on destroying the West.
That's Reverend Franklin Graham saying what many politicians and other religious figures refuse to say about ISIS. My next guest believes Christianity is under attack and that more needs to be done. President of the Family Research Council, Tony Perkins, joins me now. Thank you, Tony, so much for being here tonight. I first want to start with your reaction to the White House initially classifying Coptic Christians who were beheaded by ISIS as simply Egyptian citizens.
Well, Katie, it was very clear in the video that ISIS sent out to the world, primarily to the United States. They said that these 21 men who were, were fathers, husbands, brothers who were simply trying to find work to provide for their families back in Egypt. They were as they were executed in Libya. It was said that they were executed because they were people of the cross. They were targeted because they were Christian. It was very, very clear, and the president cannot bring himself to say that. Time and time again, we're finding this president is deferential to Islam and dismissive of Christianity. In fact, a quote you had earlier that he said that the West is not at war with Islam. Well, radical Islam is at war with the West, and as Franklin Graham said, if we don't realize that, it's going to have deadly consequences for us.
Well, Tony, as gruesome and horrifying and awful the video was of that beheading of the 21 Christians on a beach in Libya, we have seen for nearly a year now ISIS and other Islamic groups completely wiping out Christians in the Middle East. Are we seeing a genocide here that we're not addressing in proper terms?
Katie, I think you're absolutely right. This is genocide. Genocide is when you try to eradicate a group of people for a particular person, for a particular reason. We saw this in World War II, where there was an effort to eradicate the Jewish people, and the world sat by until it was too late. That's happening again now in the Middle East. These people are being targeted because they're Christian. Now, there are other religious minorities and even Muslims who disagree with the Sunni Muslims that are being killed as well. But the president refuses to call it what it is, and that is genocide. And there's a reason for that, because then we have a moral and a legal obligation to do something about it, and we have not done all that we're doing. There's a huge vacuum in world leadership. When the president of Egypt and the king of Jordan shows greater leadership than the leader of the United States, it says a lot.
Well, we've certainly seen that the Middle East is no longer a safe place for Christians to simply exist with other religious minorities. And I want to discuss with you real quickly your calls for the President of the United States to say Christians should be able to come to the United States and seek refuge here from the things that they're facing in the Middle East.
Yeah, and I understand there's a security issue there, that we have to make sure that these are fully vetted. But here's the issue. We're afraid to use discrimination. It's okay to discriminate against those who want to come to this country and destroy it, as opposed to those who want to come here and seek refuge and safe haven. I think we can do that. I do think, though, the greater issue is that we have to take on ISIS where they are, and we have to stop this spread. These folks are intent on killing. Period. No two ways about it. And in this vacuum, you see more and more Americans. We actually, many veterans who fought in Iraq who don't want to see the gains that were made there completely lost, are now volunteering and going over and fighting with the Kurds to protect those Christians that have escaped into the Kurdish area for protection.
Absolutely, and we would hope that President Obama, based on the summit he had this week, I don't think that we really saw much progress there, but hopefully Congress can do something, and Christians in America can also do something to bring some of those Christians a little bit of relief. Tony Perkins, thanks so much for your time tonight.
Thank you, Katie. One thing we can do is pray.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Thank you.